Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have two public matches for you on Contention. The first one's Farmland. You're seeing an overview of that, followed up by our second map, the Limestone Bridge. So two kind of bigger maps. Obviously that's what you're going to get with Contention, but nonetheless, thank you to our Patreon members for the support. If you'd like the support, go to the link in the description where you can get videos before everyone else as we live stream everything on the Patreon as well. You can advertise your regiment on the bottom of our videos, and you can get raw gameplay footage with no commentary or UI on the Patreon as well. And with that being said, let's get into our public match today. It's a 260-man server. The last round ended with a fully capped server. It's May 16th at about 8:20. If anyone wants to know time and date, because we'll post this a little later. Anyways, looking at our balance here, it is about a 6-man in balance. However, a lot of unenlisted players on the Union, and so it's about 8-14 right now, but of course we'll see what happens. There's a 5-second Wisconsin dude spectating. But our officers for today for the CSA, you got Pelion, I'm sorry I probably butchered that, Tanker B Gordon, we've seen him, Waluigi as well, Gypsy, and for the artillery you got Pac-Man. For Union artillery you got Mr. Phila. For the infantry you got John B Fremont, Rollins, Napoleon, and Racer. So let's get into it. Contention, this is one of the, if not biggest maps. Union spawning basically by Nicodemus Hill. They got their artillery basically on the Hagerstown Turnpike. You have Confederate artillery out in the open field. And Confederate spawn where Union spawns for Dunker Church. And yeah, so we don't see Contention too much on this channel, so I'll explain what it is briefly. Essentially, each team is fighting over 1 point on the map that is randomly selected. You got a flagpole there, which is where the point is currently at. And then you have a bunch of other points. You got that point there, got that point in the distance, another one over there, and there's one right there as well, and one over there. So there's a lot of points that it could be chosen from. It's RNG which point is chosen, and then each team is fighting to capture that point. If they fully raise the flag and capture the point, they will have to hold it for a while, and if they successfully hold it for, I think, 6 or 7 minutes, something like that, then their opponent will go down one whole morale stage. You can see that gold timer on the top of your screen. It's a little hard to see with that red circle coming on behind it. However, that gold timer, once that gold timer hits 0 and neither team has fully captured a point, and the flag is not raised, then a new point will be automatically selected. However, if the flag is still raised when that gold timer hits 0, we will wait it out and see if they fully cap or it gets lowered. If it gets lowered or capped, regardless, a new point will be chosen at random. So essentially, whoever has a higher morale stage at the end wins. Otherwise, if they have the same morale stage, it's a draw, which if you don't know the morale stage, you got battle ready, battle ready. Each team has 5 morale stages. Battle ready, engage, taking losses, breaking, and in this game mode in particular, both sides are on last stand, contrary to the skirmish mode where the attackers are on final push and the defenders are on last stand. But both sides are on last stand, meaning once they hit last stand, if they die, they can't spawn back in. So Confederates getting a very favorable start to the round, with the point of contention being right by their spawn at the Dunker Church. Farmland is such a unique map in that it's so big. This is by far, I think, the biggest map in the game. I mean, Union spawns all the way near the Nicodemus Hill. Great map, by the way. Fair and balanced. That's a joke, but an old joke nonetheless. Let's see. Confederates have 11 on artillery. Union has about 9. And, I mean, they're going to be counter-battering each other for a while. Nothing really more they can do. Union, it's going to take them a while. That point might be half capped by the time we get there. But let's see how the Confederates are deciding to defend on this map.
And 2 and 1 and fire and fall back.
So you got the Waluigi's guys pushing up. Looks like they took a volley and falling back. They're the only group that's pushing forward. I like what they're doing. They're engaging the Union far away from the point and keeping them distracted. You got Tanker B Gordon's guys, which... yeah, that's something. So Tanker B Gordon's guys are there. You got a couple more dudes going that way. Gypsy's holding his guys really far out behind the point, which is interesting, and then holding in the nipple position They got Pelion. So very interesting. Union looks like they're going across the open field. Maybe you're going to hit this artillery and then curve around to the point. But, I mean, this point's going to be more than half capped.
They're shifting towards to meet you guys now, but it's still just that one company.
Keep going.
I'm immune to cannonballs.
Alright, yeah, I lived through that too somehow.
Yeah, it's just
So that Confederate group sitting out in the distance just volleying. You're going to hear a couple dudes getting hit, but a lot going over.
Alright, I want these artillery boys logging off because they're going to be so depressed.
So, I don't know if Union's going to try to push this point. Holy crap, where did that shot go? That went to nobody. I killed a couple, but I don't know how likely it is that Union is going to push the point. It's going to be 2/3 of the way capped. Maybe 3/4 of the way capped by the time they get there. And that's just something... Yeah, Union not really anxious to try to go that way to the point.
Artillery, start firing the rounds. Let's go.
So it looks like Union's holding. They're going to try to set themselves up for success for a future point. Which, I mean, we briefly looked at those in a distance, but we can go close to them because we've got some time to kill. Not a whole lot happening. So you do have this point by the Dunker Church. You have a point of contention here, which Union is within striking distance. Some CSA defending there. This point here as well, which Union's within striking distance. This point, Union's obviously in front of this one as well. And then this one right here. So, I think Union's playing this smart. They're setting themselves up for success. The thing with a game of like Contention is when you lose a point, when your opponent fully captures it, you're going to lose one whole morale stage. So if you know you can't take it, you shouldn't spend the tickets trying to take it. Because you'll lose a whole morale stage and a bunch of tickets on top of that.
Just saw his body flops down, as he said.
Listen, after I survive this next volley, I'm gonna dance on him.
Up! God damn! Why are they going after me? Go after Rollins!
You really jinxed it there. CSA starting to move away from the point, realizing that Union is not really going to go for the point. You do have some Confederate guys out here. Looks like just some Rambos.
Advance a little bit more. Advance over here.
Onto that new line.
And I mean, Confederates are very disorganized here, which Union has a chance to do something great here. We'll see where the next point is.
Don't kill the Rambos. They have families. Don't kill the Rambos.
What? How do you get stabbed? So Union firing Confederates. Starting to engage the Union. You have another company there. It looks like that company's still holding on that nipple position. 10th Tennessee Regiment there. They're taking their guys off. And then you got Tanker B. Gordon's company kind of flanking around. So we'll see where the next point is. A very slow start to the game. Union's starting to shift. Maybe they see the Confederates moving in the woods. Fremont's guys.
Yeah, apparently they're moving through the woods.
So they do know. And they're going to try to counteract. Let's see, these 10th Tennessee guys might... Are they just sitting? Why not just charge them out, guys? Like... yeah, there's only like 2 Union guys. Did Union artillery take the... Union took over the Confederate guns. That's kind of cool to see. Alright, so Union's going to be at engaged. This has been a very slow start to a match. That is for fact. Where's the next point, though? That is... This point is always... This is going to be a very interesting point to watch. Because, obviously, both teams are going to be trying to cap this point, and regardless of what team does, the other team's going to have somewhat nice positions and be able to shoot them down. It looks like Confederates are going to get there first, maybe not their flag, but we'll see if the Confederates bunch up around the flag to give the Union nice shots, or they go through and charge the Union.
That's amazing.
If you yell charge, enough people will go.
He's false NCOing.
If you yell charge. Oh my god.
So some Union is starting to take shots. Racers, guys, they seem to be having a lot of fun down there.
Hold fire! Check
Hold fire, load and hold.
Napoleon's guys. I mean, I want to see how good this volley is, right? I mean, they got a nice flank. These should all be hits. One kill. Wow. You have the majority of the Union. I think this is Rollins, guys. They're shooting the CSA, who are moving over from the Dunker Church. But Confederates are going to cap this point.
Listen for your names. Aces High, Mass, and Doghouse Riley. Go to the artillery and make sure they're safe. Everybody else.
The called names! Get to the Audi!
So Union sending a couple guys, making sure their artillerymen stay safe, because, I mean, a heck of a change. What is this guy doing? He just... So Confederates pulling back off the point. They're going to fall back into the shade, the rocks, the trees, whatever cover they can get. And it's going to be superior.
Marshall, come back, Marshall!
So Union sending 3 guys up, not wanting to take too many casualties. If one of these guys die before they start decapping, they will not be able to start decapping, and they will be able to start it. Good play by the Union there. Looks like Rollins boys are moving up. Confederates have taken over the Union artillery position. I don't know if they have their own arty men there, though.
Aim for their shoulders. Aim for their shoulders.
Why would you
Watch
say
that
that?
Yankee just running around.
So, in War of Rights, most combat that occurs in the game happens within 100 to 150 yards or less. And because it's at a shorter range, bullets tend to rise. Now, I don't know the specific reason why that is, whether it's historical or not. I wouldn't know the reason, but I do know bullets rise at these closer ranges. So, saying to aim at someone's shoulders is not good advice. You'll hear most people saying aim for the waistline, because that's your best bet. So, Union decap point, beautifully done on their part. Rollins pulling up on these guys left as the Confederates on the left have fallen back into the woods. And this point might be decapped for a while.
Targets, it's all ribs out there, boys! If you miss the volley, boys, hold your shot. If you miss the volley...
So some Union spawns coming up, starting to take shots. You got Tanker B. Gordon and Pac-Man. I think Pac-Man's the CSA officer, and it maybe looks like Confederates have retaken control of their artillery position. Rollins guys are getting shot up, and Union actually have sent a flag up. So when you start capping a point with the flag, if the flag bearer gets off, he obviously keeps the flag. You can see it there, but he's making sure he doesn't die and lose the flag right there. So good play on his part. I mean, Rollins dudes are just getting destroyed by the Confederates. That's a surprise to no one, but they've done their job. They capped the point. I mean, if Union wins this point, we're back in the close game again. And odds that the point of contention is in Union's favor next time is pretty high. And Union holding up on that straight fence. They gotta hold this for the while, and these Confederate shots have been impressive.
Guys, aim at the left. They're in the open field. Fire left side. Let's go. Independent fire, boys.
Independent fire, boys. Fight as hot as possible.
Keep them hot. Keep them hot.
So, Confederates starting to maneuver. Most of those guys on the right. You do have some Union guys going back up here. I don't know if it's artillery spawning in, engaging, if it's a company. I mean, who is this? Fremont guys, he's infantry. So he's trying to retake this position, moving right to make that happen. You have the 10th Tennessee guys rolling up here. Confederates kind of enveloping where the Union's at right now. You got Pella moving up there. So some Union falling back to those rocks, more Union falling back to those rocks, giving up the position to the Confederates right now. And this match might just be very lopsided from these 2 points. We'll see what the next point is. A couple of Union charging the Confederate artillery out. So, Confederates have pushed up, taken the straight fence, and have their guys completely on the point. More of them moving to the Hagerstown Turnpike straight fence. In this match, I mean, if you're looking at an overview of this, it really looks like we're playing Hagerstown Turnpike almost. Maybe Confederates not holding in traditional positions, but it's a possibility. Union turning around, charging out Confederate artillery.
We're going to shoot at the far right side of the battery, okay? The far right side. That is right where that flag is on here. Alright, gentlemen, are we ready? Check, check, check. Check. Take aim, take aim, take aim. Aim. Steady. Steady.
Confederates have capped the point. I mean, Union might hit breaking. We do have some charging occurring by the artillery. These 10 Tennessee guys turning around to assist their friendlies. And Confederates are going to hold this position. So, wow, Union, I think, that's just real unfortunate with the flag spawns. I get what Union was trying to do. Holding out here, taking the artillery, having their own artillerymen go on it, but it's just real unfortunate that the next point of contention was right there, where it is now, and they didn't push up to the woods or whatever.
He spends more time in the afternoon.
Union holding back, I mean. Server pop right back up to 300 as was earlier. 7-man in balance on top of your screen, but look at the unenlisted players here. It is 11-man in balance on top of the 7 you see here, so that's 18 men right there. Now, I don't know if spectating players count. I'm pretty sure they count towards the total, but why is there 6 second Wisconsin dudes spectating? I've never seen that many dudes from the same regiment wanting to spectate a match.
Steady, steady, fire, fire, fire. Hold these rocks.
So Confederates pushing up to the rocks. I don't know what Union's doing here. If they're going to try to make a play for the point, I can get this, but the point of contention will not be that one over there. I'm overly confident. It might be this one, but we'll see where Union's going.
Left on me. Up and over, boys. Let's go. Guiding right, Iron Brigade. Guiding right.
Confederates, I mean, kind of just sitting and shooting, not really moving to respond to the Union. Union, though, very scattered out as they approach the CSA lines. And Confederates realizing their predicament, Gypsy and his guys are falling back.
Not cover. Concealment. There's the difference. So they can shoot straight through this fucking bush. Damn right. Damn right. I tell you what.
So Union going down to taking losses. That group in the middle of the field still holding those rocks. Some Union guys still up there. They're getting wiped. Confederates have actually pushed further down this area. I don't know if it's out of bounds for them. I would assume not, but Union spawns that company trying again to retake that position. Union forming up, some forming, some going. Let's see. Where are these Confederates going to go? They're going to volley. I mean, Confederates not really moving. Union might be able to take the backside of the woods, hit around, or maybe they're just going to go straight for it, but they're forming up right now.
Nice, boys, nice. Reload in place. Reload in place.
I mean, I don't know.
Shoulder to shoulder, brave lads. Beside your brothers, not behind them.
Boys, listen up. You're
These Union shots. I mean, someone's out spectating in the chat saying, bro, Union is, come on, man. Yeah. I like what Union did here. I do think they need to keep going around in the woods where the Confederates were earlier, because that is a very strong position. So now Union's charging out Rollins' group, charging out the Confederates, who are now gunning it back to point, and they're going to turn towards Union. Yep, Union's charging as a team. Oh, they're not going to charge in. They're going to shoot. Confederates have been destroying in the shootout today, and it hasn't been close. I don't get the point of shooting and charging. We'll explain that in a moment, but here they go.
Get that red shirt. Get that red shirt. Kill that red shirt. Kill that red shirt. You'll never kill red shirt.
I love when people yell and then they die and their voice just drops off. So Union decapping the point. The Confederates back in the woods, now starting to come up on this side. More Union over on the far side, and these Confederates over here are starting to move in a little bit, but let's see here. I think Union's going to be able to decap this, and good play on their part. It's still morale and a half stage difference. Oh. So Confederate reinforcements trickling in. Union gonna pull back, and they honestly might just get wiped here.
run away, these guys, for the love of fucking God. You guys are
And yeah, Union get wiped. Confederate artillery starting to team kill their guys, but Confederates are just gonna raise that flag back up and reform. I mean, the Union's really delaying the inevitable unless they can somehow hold this out, but Confederates are going to retake the point. That gold timer is at a very low mark, 1:30 about. And even though that gold timer will hit 0, the Confederates will still have an opportunity to fully take the point and knock the Union down a whole morale stage. So Union, some holding on the rocks. Do they have a flag? No, they don't. Their flag is moving out this way. So it looks like they're going to try to reform with their friendlies around the artillery. Union's finally taken that position back. However, Confederates beat them back pretty dang hard.
Well, you gutted a guy. You gutted 3 guys, actually. Then there's another 16 charging.
Let's do this, boys. Kill that feather fuck. Oh, is that finished?
Ooh. Have a skirmish going on in the woods.
Hold and shoot, hold and shoot, hold and shoot. Hold and shoot, hold on the line and start shooting. Just rally to the line and shoot, gentlemen. Hold to the... rally to this line and shoot, gentlemen. Just shoot front. Don't run off! That's what they want you to do! Don't run off!
Union reinforcements coming in. Some of those Confederates starting to fall back. So gold timer's about to hit 0. Again, Confederates are going to get a chance. I think it'll say attack because I'm technically on the Union side, even though I'm spectating. Or it says that maybe I spawned in Confederate. Look at that.
Hold here for now.
Let's go. Stick to me right on me, boys. Let's go now. Right on me.
Wisconsin, reinforce these
New York
people.
B on me.
Reinforce
New
these
York B
people.
on
On
me.
the
Stick to
line,
me.
on the line.
All right, on my line. Reform.
Get the fuck up to the line.
New York B on my
Go,
line.
Wisconsin, you're on this left line. Shoot.
So, Confederates, I mean, this is just a strong position for them. It's going to be very hard. A lot of Unions still reforming, but they've got the time to come back and decap that point. And the Confederates appear to be full sending right at the Union line here, Waluigi with his guys.
Get on the fence, boys. On the fence and start shooting.
Oh, God!
I don't think Fremont realized he was being charged from the side. Union counter-charging into what is with a couple more dudes in here.
Fire. Kill them all. Kill them all. Charge. Kill them all.
Hey, we got a yank in here.
And Confederates are maybe finally going to hit engaged only 30 minutes into the round. So Union get wiped as they push forward. More Confederates coming into the woods on the far side. Racer's taking his guys up. They are moving towards this area where Union's still holding, which no one's picking up the down flag. But Confederates now charging in.
Good boy. Good boy.
And Confederates actually charging the artillery as well. And Confederates should be hitting engaged any moment now.
Yeah, boys,
Alright, I'm gonna ramp out to go
nobody
get
has
flag.
a flag.
You can't. There's a whole
Nobody
team
has
on it.
Yeah, there's a whole team, but fucking independent fire, boys. Do as best as you can.
Yeah, we're pretty fucked.
You are indeed. So, I mean, Confederates have a stronghold. They took the Union artillery. The Union team pushing down through the woods. Which this is a kind of neat perspective going down this road. You normally don't get to. It's very scenic. Makes me want to be there in real life. Very much so. Which we will in a month. So... Union team, let's see what they're talking. Or maybe they're just...
You're going to try to neutralize it. That means any of you must try to get to the flagpole and lower the flag on it. It might cost... By pressing F.
We're with you, sir, all the way.
I'm hoping the concealed approach in the woods works, but the enemy might be...
Concealed approach. They got shot at almost instantly. They got shot at almost instantly. It's these 10th Tennessee guys. Well, Confederates had engaged. And yeah, they Union win that. They're still not at engaged. That shot might have alerted the CSA team. And CSA starting to move through the woods.
Come on, Nate.
Nope.
Copy.
Actually, I don't think they know. Why the Confederates are positioned in a line. Rollins could get around. Let's see what he's dead with no flag.
Keep walking towards the point, dude. We got orders to charge.
Get your loads now. Go forward, boys. Advance. Forward.
So it looks like they're going to go to the point. More Unions circling around. Confederates don't realize this, but they are kind of pushing in the woods, pushing further up. And they do see some Union over there, at least I do. Yep, they see him too. Confederates finally hit engaged. And Confederates are going to meet them. The Union guys going over here. Waluigi is. They could just hold up on the snake fence here, but they're going to go to the point. Plenty of Confederates.
Friendlies.
Looks like they're just going to try to sit around the point as that Rollins company and now Fremonts are moving up. A little outnumbered though. Confederates, Gypsies guys we saw, and you see these guys here too, are just charging the Union out here. The Union's about to hit breaking and maybe go into last stand here. Let's go check out what's going on over here. Union slowly making their way out of the woods. They're very scattered though. Gonna be losing a lot of skirmishing out of line on top of whatever charge happens over there. Confederates going off. I don't get why they're moving off when they didn't see them, but I mean, these few guys, I like what they're doing. You do have a Confederate group over there, and you do have a couple guys left over there, so. Fremont is actually doing impressive with that sword there. There we go.
Let's go, baby!
Protect the officer at all costs.
Protect that boy! Protect that...
All of that for nothing. Where's the next point? Dang. Yeah, Union. Looks like Union actually won in the woods there. So, Confederates all converging on the point. Union's about to hit last stand. And this round is going to be over relatively quickly. I mean, Union's going to hit last stand. From there, if the Confederates cap the point, which I expect they will do, the point will be 3/4 of the way automatically capped. But you got some Confederates holding on the corner. Confederates starting to move from that side of the map. But Union just holding up on the snake fence, shooting down. Some Union guys charging out, trying to prevent the cap. They really don't need to do that. They're just going to cause their team to go in the last stand. They're dying way more spread out, which means they're dying out of line compared to in formation. In formation deaths are worth 1 ticket for your team, which is when you're standing up by a bunch of dudes. Skirmishing is when you're crouching by a bunch of dudes or only with 2 or 3 dudes while standing. Not of line is when you're all by yourself. You lose 1 in formation, 3 while skirmishing, and 5 when out of line. So Confederate artillery getting some good shots. Union getting volleyed by Confederates. Some Union going up on this side. Confederates going to catch them. Union might decap us, but it's really not going to matter. Union's going to try to charge them, but I mean, you have Union coming from this side as well. They're being hit, and Confederates are charging out. They want to push them in the last stand, and speaking of that, so all these Union guys that are on the field, once they die, they can't come back. GG, game over. Union somehow capping the point. Confederates winning the charge, though. They stood stopped that moment. They should be stopping. Yeah, there they go. They stop it. It can be hard to kill that guy raising the flag. And yeah, Confederates are winning this game. The unfortunate part about Conquest and Contention is the maps are really big. And so when a team is in last stand, it can be very hard to kill everyone on the other team because you really need to essentially do that for the round to end automatically. And so this is going to be a slow way to end, just as we saw in the start of the round. Unless these dudes decide to charge, which I would salute you for that. For people in Conquest and Contention who just Rambo and hide when you're in last stand like these couple dudes are, or at least the flag bearers doing, you do not have my respect in this round. In this round, you don't have my respect. Like these 3 dudes here, you're not winning the game. You're delaying the inevitable, wasting everyone's time. So Confederates, I like it too. They're just pushing out. They're trying to deal damage, end the round. Confederates capping the point. It's going to be 3/4 of the way automatically capped. Union hitting up. Let's see if they sit and shoot or charge. They should charge. Tanker B. Gordon put in lead. But I mean, yeah, a couple of Confederates here. I mean, you got a couple of Union guys over here. This round's going to end with CSA capping the points. heck is that? So yeah, I mean this is contention. The RNG nature of contention makes it extremely frustrating for myself because conquest and contention are supposed to be more fair modes than the skirmish game mode, which is inherently biased. That's what they want it to be, and it makes sense. Battles were biased historically, so Confederates charging out the last couple of Union guys that are at least here. But yeah, they're supposed to be more fair and balanced, but contention is definitely not that due to its RNG nature. And I mean, this round proves that reason. Why are you guys running away? You're not winning the game. You're wasting everyone's time. But the RNG nature of this game is just frustrating because the Confederates from the get-go got a point that was given to them. The second point was in the middle ground. Union took a gamble and held out here, but since the point was here and Confederates were lined up here, they got there first, and Union kind of let them get up there as well. I mean, maybe if Union pushed up to the woods and held there, that would have been better. But you live and you learn. Even if Union did hold up there, oh, that was kind of cool. Even if Union did hold up there in the woods to prevent, or at least give them the cap to start, who knows what could have happened. I mean, CSA was destroying them nonetheless. So, yeah. Regardless, it's still nice to see a game mode other than skirmish. Despite my complaints about the game mode, it's nice to see different maps. A lot of more, I mean, the developers have made all of Antietam, all of South Mountain, all of Harper's Ferry. They could make more maps, even if they're ahistorical. We already have ahistorical maps, but regardless, good win on the Confederates for dominating. Luck on their side, but you still got to perform. With that being said, we will see you in round number 2. And here we are with round number 2, Limestone Bridge. We got the Burnsides Bridge here. It is a bridge. I'm guessing made of limestone, if that's why the map is called that. But it's one of my more favorite Conquest Contention maps, just because it's so unique. We're fighting over a lot of area that is not accessible in the normal game, like this whole area. I mean, literally everything. You have Pry House, which is where the Union spawn. Again, Burnsides Bridge right here. But you really never see fighting in this area, which is why I like the map a lot. Before the teams engage on the middle point of contention, so that'll be fun to see. We've gone back down to 260 man. You have a drop-off after a round. It's understandable. 13-man imbalance here. Unenlisted players. 17 in this. Oh my goodness. 13, 12, 25-man imbalance. This has got to be fixed. This really needs to be fixed. Because, yeah, it just needs to be fixed. Obviously, last round, right, even if Union had even numbers, the odds of them winning based off that RNG were still pretty low. But when you have 24-man imbalance, man, I don't know. This system does need to be reworked. Whether it be kicking people off of unenlisted or not counting unenlisted players or something. Because, my goodness. But both teams approaching the point. Confederates appear that they're going to get here first and in larger mass. We'll look at the officers for the sides after the charge. That is something I forgot to look at a moment ago. Got Miss Berry and Tanker here engaging. Tanker going down. But Confederates have the advantage with this point. Union does have some corn, but Confederates got the whole woods. They got a snake fence too. And they're now taking the advantage, charging in. Union approaching from numerous angles as well. Confederates still, even though they're here, they're taking a while to get organized. And Confederates are going to take this spot. You got Confederates pouring out on the right side as well and coming out of the woods. Confederates raising that flag on the flagpole. And Confederates holding that pretty effectively. No contest over there. Union starting to move. You got a Homeless Banana and Napoleon. They're going to hit this fence. You do have some Confederates lingering in the woods, though.
Cut these rebels down! Cut them down, boys! Feed them lead! Feed them lead!
And Confederates are going to cap the point. And a lot of Confederates holding out in the open area here. Confederates, I think them being in the woods would be a lot better position. Obviously, they're not shooting through their friendlies, and also they get way better shots in general when you're closer to the enemy, and you would have a lot more cover. So these Confederates falling back to the woods, but they have capped the first point.
Up and over, hug that fence, boys! Hug that fence! Hug that fence! Come to the right! My company to the right on me! This way to the corner!
He's got to say what company. That's just an officer tip. In general, when you say my company, unless you know who your officer is by voice or by hitting T and seeing what they're saying, that's just a little tad bit of advice. The Union's going to try to push in, but I mean, you got Confederates hitting the flank down the snake fence, got Confederates in the woods, and this group of Confederates is probably going to move around to this woods and hit them from behind. I mean, the Confederate maneuverability, they got here first, and that's why I don't like Conquest, which Conquest is a mode where each team is fighting over 3 points simultaneously, and if your team controls more flag poles than your opponent, you start getting a ticket drain on your opponent. And all those maps are biased. None of them are even. From what I've seen, CSA win a lot of them. Maybe Union's just bad, but I've always seen CSA win.
Everybody else, keep firing! Keep firing! Keep firing!
But Union sending one guy out again. Union has been playing smart last round and this round with their decaps. They're not sending their whole blob team, but Confederates, I mean, getting up, getting some great shots. They've decapped the point. However, the big question is can they raise a flag? They probably will be able to. They got plenty of guys there to do it, but can they hold? And I don't know about that. Union kind of falling back here. More Union spawns moving in. Confederate artillery over there. Union artillery over there. If we didn't point that out. Union actually failing to cap the point. Losing both flags in the process. And, I mean, I don't know if this might just be the Union game plan is, hey, we're not going to win this point. We're outnumbered a little bit. So let's just make sure they can't fully cap the point. And Confederates responding to, I think, this idea and now pushing up to the fence. Union pushing up as well. Engaging, getting some close play. Someone charging in without a bayonet.
I can put the flag up for you. Command your man.
And I mean, Confederates forming a big old L. Taunting their opponent, only from my view. They're raising this beautiful looking flag, though. Union disorganized. Really, their only organized group is there. And you have some here falling back. But let's quickly look at our officers. Artillery is even in numbers, but our officers here. Confederates don't have anyone here. Waluigi, you might have Viceroy here, but it looks like his demotions are going way up. Tanker B. Gordon, you got Waluigi. Maybe Tanker Crash. You got Catch My Deck, and you got Pelican and Pac-Man. We've seen those. You got Mr. Frilla with the artillery. Napoleon the Third, Napoleon the Fifth, Homeless Banana, and Miss Berry, who we did see banned on the round before I started broadcasting due to team kills. I just wanted to point it out because that's pretty funny. So Confederates up on tickets, and Confederates, some charging Union artillery, some holding back in the woods, and then some kind of pushing up. Again, Union look a little disorganized here. The imbalance has gone down to 2. Unenlisted players has gone to 9. So we're about win 10. A lot better than what we saw at the beginning of the round, that's for sure. However, that stuff should not happen. Because even though the imbalance might be there for a little bit, it can be very harmful to a team, especially in a mode like Contention, where if you lose the first point, you lose a whole morale stage. But Confederates winning the Union artillery. Frogman saw him.
Hard to tell how many it is, Ollie. It doesn't look like it's a huge. It looks like I bet you most are just hanging back to the point. So why not?
So, the question, as I said last round, at the beginning of the last round, the question that's presented to the Union right now is, can I take the point? And if you can take and win it, great. But if you don't think you can, is it worth trying? Because you do not want to lose all those tickets on top of losing a home morale stage. Union pushing a little farther back. I don't know if they're trying to go around or reposition to this spot to get better shots, but Confederates going back up to where they are. They looks like they're going up and over. Maybe they're going to charge. They are really clumped up, though. Holy cow. Union response. Oh my goodness, that's a good one. Getting a nice old volley off. But I don't think Union's going to take this, and I think Union's holding back. That'd be my guess anyways. Nope, steam overlay. I need to turn that off. If you hit Shift Tab, which I'm holding down Shift a lot to zoom around fast, but fat finger over to the tab there, and good old steam overlay. I love steam overlay. So Confederates halfway to capping that point. And I mean, oh my goodness, a Union company has charged up the artillery. It could just be the Union artillery, actually. Let's see if we can get who this captain is. Yeah, it's the Union artillery officer and their guys. Some artillery on artillery fighting going on here.
Oh no! I done stabbed
Oh, my bag!
Don't kill cops.
It's me.
Oh, a peaceful
Okay.
artilleryman.
No, I'm gonna go stand. Yeah, Winston, go stand by their K-zone. Don't let them spawn in.
Alright,
This is loaded.
okay.
Let's fire
This
on the
needs to
gas
be
cannons.
A man just wants to play the game. He does not care who he plays for. So Union, they do have a couple guys up here. They are not gonna do much. No kills from Confederate volley, but they probably don't see him. Union charging out these Confederates on the artillery. The officer leading as he does. Oh no, he's getting more men over. And the Union looks like they'll be able to retake this position. So Union taking back their artillery. The ticket difference is about a fourth of morale stage. Not bad at all for the predicament the Union's in. However, they're about to go down a home morale stage in a moment. And let's see, these Confederates starting to move. They're shifting because you do have Union guys going around. Probably for the third.
Sprint.
My bad. Misclick.
Let's go.
And they most certainly will try, but there's only a few here. I don't know if they'll be able to take them. I'm kidding, they won't be able to. They do not have enough man. But, do they even see him? Nope, they definitely do see him.
If I go down, get on.
We're getting charged.
Yeah, no, that Union fails. I mean, even if Union decapped that point, I think Confederates would have... Actually, I don't know if they would have. Confederates falling back, seeing that they could have lost the point, but...
I need a group of 5. Rally.
Nope, you get nothing. Oh no, that's Yankees. That's not Yankees. That's friendly.
Oh.
But let's see where the next point of contention is. I'm going to laugh we haven't actually looked at where the points are. I think, yep, you got one there. We obviously have the point where we're at right now. That's an interesting point. Really good for whoever gets that first. You have one behind Union Artillery. There's got to be one over here. Yep. And then I reckon, yep, there's one there. I think that's it. There's only like 6 points on each contention map. Well, Confederates are going to win another game. GG's. And I'll explain why this position is so great. So obviously you have the point here. Any direction that the team trying to retake or take the point wants to come from, open field. Yes, they can come around this side and go through here, but you can't fit a lot of guys through here, and it's very crowded. The whole Confederate team is going to stack their guys up right here or sit them behind this stone wall. This is going to be very hard for the Union to take. It's even harder for the Confederates to take if the Union take this spot, but I mean, these RNG flags have been horrendous for the Union team tonight.
So you guys can reload behind us. You guys are doing a wonderful job. Viceroy, what happened to your mic, man? I was so excited to hear you leave. I'll donate to your OnlyFans account so you can buy me one, okay?
Ooh, that's a spider on that wall. Just saw a little thing moving out of the corner of my eye, and it's there. Alright, in the meantime, I'm gonna go get the spider. So I'm gonna set the camera in a cinematic position, and we will be right back. Alright, I'm back. If anyone cares about an update on the spider, I pushed a little paper towel against the wall on it, and it did not die. It flung off the paper towel. Anyways, Union pushing in, hitting this Confederate group from behind. They got to take out the starting groups. Confederates shooting from there. And Confederates charging the Union out on this side, trying to at least get something from this. I don't know if they didn't know they got charged. Maybe there was orders to charge before they did that, but yeah, Union's still pushing. Confederates, I don't really seem to realize that the Union team is still hitting them. Union hit taking losses, and they're probably going to go down on their morale stage. And Union, I think, is going to win this. Pick up the flag. There you go.
Now we can play.
And Confederates don't have a flag. They lost it there, so Union has a shot. But yeah, Confederates, I mean, they're holding basically where I'd say they're holding over on the right side because you do have Union starting to push this way. Volley's not going to do a whole lot, maybe kill a guy or so, but Union, the only way they're going to take this point is by charging in from, I think, this side. We'll most likely see the Union charge here to use the cover of this stone wall or bridge wall, whatever you want to call a wall. But they'll just spit around the side and get annihilated. So see what Union does. They do have time for 1 or 2 good charges, but their team is split in 2. You could consider 3, but Problem is, if Union tries to go in independently, it might be bad. We do have the Confederate Whites group, though. So Union does have a little bit of a advantage here for the mean moment. And you can drown in this river now in the game. As a side note. So there's no barrier, so if you walk in the water, you can do that.
Gentlemen, start independent firing towards the bridge. Let's go. Fire up at the bridge.
Why are we independent firing? It's very hard to hit shots at this distance in the first place. And so volleying at least allows you to suppress your opponent. Because even if you miss shots, if a lot of bullets are whizzing by you, you're going to be suppressed. Your screen's going to turn black. It's going to be harder for you to see and aim and shoot. So that's the advantage of volleying. But independent fire, you're just removing that advantage away. And on top of that, they're wasting time, allowing the Confederate respawns to get up on their rear. But the other side, the police league was third, leading this Union group, and they're going to start swiveling down this side. Confederates pulling off the stone wall and going to charge right into them. Which is an approach, that's for sure. Union not charging, though. And, geez, Confederates just seem like they're overwhelming. Some Union collapsing on their side, though, but I don't think it's going to matter a whole lot in the end. Union charging up that center side as well. Union might have a chance here. Confederate reinforcements going down the road. And Union on point right now. They're actually winning in the woods as well. So despite what I was saying, they did charge early enough. I'm glad they did. No one's decapping the point. Yeah, Union have an opportunity here. They got to reform quickly before this Confederate mass comes and hits them.
Follow me now! Follow me now! Reform on me! Come over here!
Union needs to form up right here. Or up on that bridge. I do not get this move of falling back. I guess Union wasn't going to win regardless. But I truly think that was their best shot. That company should have moved up. But again, in pubs, it's hard to see everything. Because obviously we have the overview that they don't have. And they're thinking about a lot of other things than what we're thinking about up here. Maybe we should start a series where I'm the officer of the match. Someone else is commentating. That would be something.
Commitment, lads! Commitment!
So Confederates hitting engaged. So Union hot at main. But a good chunk here, and they're going to start pushing in right away. Confederates, a perfect position there up on the bridge. They have 3 flags, too. 3 flags. My voice kind of cracked, but that's besides the point. I mean, look at where, if you're a Union guy down here, it's going to be very hard to see. That's an issue in and of itself, but you have no good clear shot angle of these guys up on the bridge. You have to come up with the stone wall here. And I mean, if Confederates just hold up here, how did the officer hit that shot? And Confederates are going to take the point. Union's going to go to a high middle breaking. Nope, it's actually being decapped, so never mind. Where's the next point? I guess we'll wait for this charge to fizzle out, and then we'll see where the next point is. What to be fair about.
Come up here. Come on.
So It's fizzling out. Union seems to be prevailing, but probably because both teams are going to the... There are moments like these where a face cam would be... I mean, I'm just in disbelief at this game right now. I mean, there are 6 points on this field. 6. And the 3 points of contention that were picked for this round were all CSA bias. I mean, we didn't get that point. CSA still at the artillery. Where's the other points? We didn't get this one. And we didn't get this one, the most union bias of all. This is my issue with contention. Is even though it is random, it can be hard. Now, the follow-up question is, even if the Union got bias positions, would they have been able to hold? I don't know. Because, I mean, Confederates have been dominant the past 2 rounds. But Union hasn't really been given a fair chance to show if they can do well. In a more fair position. Obviously, this position, CSA got there first with their whole team. But regardless of that, Union are going to give one last hurrah. Let's see how the Confederates are forming up here. I don't know why they're holding so far back, but regardless, they're back there. You do have a fair amount of Confederates holding around this house. Some up in the beautiful brick old house. They got a little entry woodway there, which is looking a lot. It looks kind of weird. It looks angled and tilted. It might be, but then you got some Confederates holding in this orchard.
Yankees down in front of the flag.
Oh, get boys. Flag right there, boys. Shoot that flag, bear. Hold on right there. Shoot that. Hold on. Shoot that. Good guy. Good guy. Good guy, boys. Good guy. Good guy. Right, done.
So Union's starting to push up on this side in the orchard.
Independent. Cut the grass. Fires. Independent. Low boys. Stay behind the line.
And these Confederates still, some of them moving up to the snake fence, but Union just kind of sitting and shooting here.
They're not shooting at us yet.
More Confederates, those guys in the back moving up. I like that a lot. And Union starting to push down this snake fence here. Union having a way superior position. I don't know why the Confederates position themselves there. But they do have reinforcements streaming up behind. Are they going to push up close? I mean, I don't know. I was maybe going to say Confederates to charge, which this man does. And oh my goodness, Union just getting shot up and falling completely back. Wow. So Union respawn still moving over here, but
Good shot.
But, I mean, Confederates got this lockdown. You do have a company that does not want to be Steam because of Steam Overlay, but love Steam Overlay. They pushed out. They're getting pushed back. The Union taking their time to kind of reform and hit it. Again, it's going to be very hard for them to make any substantial effort to win the game. They can still make it fun nonetheless, which is what the goal is of playing the game anyways. Obviously, winning is fun.
To the right, Pennsylvania B, we're moving. Break those reloads, save those shots. To the right, go, 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 go.
But You got homeless banana moving his guys up here.
Up and over, up and over.
Confederates moving up to that snake fence there.
Keep moving, boys. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Down the road, down the road.
We're going down the road.
Union seems to be trying to get around, but Confederates, I mean, they're just countering this. Or I don't know if they're countering, but they're at least shifting to where they can defend the Union. Some Confederates just going right in there. I think Confederates want to push into the last stand so that they can cap now and win the game.
One man per post, one man per post.
And Union gonna hit these guys from behind, but I mean the whole Confederate team's charging. And Confederates overwhelm, more Union charging in. This will probably knock them in the last stand.
Get that flag. Don't let him get the flag back. The flag's down. Come here, Ribs. Come here, Ribs. Come here, Ribs.
Union pushing the point with the company as well. Confederates winning, but Union might take out this point. Oh, there they go. They hit last stand. So if Confederates cap the point, they win. Oh, no. I hate things that delay the inevitable, and this is doing that. That's my biggest gripe with this game mode. It happens in skirmish too. Not as often though, just because they don't really have an environment for it. But Confederates gonna charge in. They're gonna wipe this out. Union trying their best. Yep, they get it neutralized. But I mean, Confederates are gonna retake the point. It's gonna go 3/4 of the way back up, and they'll probably hold this out. So all these Union guys spawned in dying. Of course, a lot of Union spawning back at main, which, I mean, I kind of want to hear what they're saying right now, because they're not getting over there in time, that's for sure.
We were dead, but there were two companies on the left. He's wacky.
Yeah, we were engaged with the company on the left.
Do your country and your colors proud, boys. Show these ribs the meaning of Union courage.
I just can't believe it.
They're doing all this while killing our arty at the same time.
Yeah, I forgot that they're still sitting there spawn killing our arty.
We're sprinting. Let's go. We sprint.
Sprint, boys, sprint. Here we go.
Well, is it like Rambo's? Because I don't think they have like a company focusing on it.
They did. I wiped one company on our arty, like, on the first point.
Oh,
After
okay.
it was pretty clear we were contesting.
So yeah, I mean, Union's going to be rushing, but they're not really going to get over there in time. So I mean, we'll keep following them. I mean, I think all
Up and over, boys, up and over.
all that needs to be said has been said. Let's see. What about the Confederate side? Got some music playing for their victory, and just
Alright, company, what a wonderful day you guys have created. I want you guys to go ahead and take aim directly at me.
Why are you so
Take aim. Steady. Hold on, let me salute you first. Hold on. Steady, take aim. 3, 2, 1, fire.
I admire you guys' restraint. You didn't shoot me. Thank you. Take aim.
wow.
Shoot him. Did he live?
Great win for CSA. RNG and contention. Heck of a thing. But yeah. Regardless of, even if you have a man in balance and RNG goes your way, you still have to perform. Because you can always, I mean, I've seen matches where it's 20-25 man in balance and the team that has less men prevails. It can happen. It's a possibility, but I mean, you still have to perform. Some charging happening out here. But that is really all that we can expect from this round. There we go. So, with that all being said, thank you all for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the video. It's Contention. It's something different we don't normally see. And it's fun to see, even if the RNG can be a thing of beauty sometimes. But yeah, if you want to support the channel more, check out the description. You can join our Discord, buy our merch, or support us on Patreon to get live streams of everything that we do. Advertise your regiment and get raw gameplay with no commentary or UI. But regardless, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and have a wonderful rest of your night. We will see you in the next one.